Needless to say, the Fantastic Four has not been adapted to the screen properly up until the point that the MCU finally announced they were doing the Fantastic Four after the acquisition of Fox. They also had the amazing fan service of casting John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic, at least in the Doctor Strange and the Multitude of Madness movie. Now, he was completely disrespected in that film, but I won't get into that. Afterwards, silence. Finally, something has leaked. And what has leaked is going to cause me, if you stick around to the end of the video, to make a prediction here and now, solid gold, for the internet record, that we will be able to compare when it finally comes out in a couple of years. Alright, before we dive in, if you guys could be so kind and hit the subscribe button, plus the notification and the like button, really helps out. Doesn't take but a second, it's totally free, you guys know the drill. Now, on to the rumor aspect of things. Basically, what we have is a quote from Nate Moore. Now, who the hell is Nate Moore? Okay, simply put, Nate Moore is the man who made significant changes and is the driving force behind the Eternals and Black Panther Wakanda Forever, including such crimes as changing Namor's history, changing Namor's name, and going on record as stating he does not like to hire writers who know about the comic books. So in a post on Twitter, he said, "We have Matt Shakman directing, who's so talented and who did WandaVision for us, and I think people are going to be pretty surprised by what we're doing." Alright, so it's bad enough that we've got Matt Shakman directing, considering the work on WandaVision, so okay, we move on. It's the last statement that has me really concerned, because you have to ask yourself, well, what are people expecting, right? I mean, that's the question. He's saying you're not going to get what you expected, so what are they expecting? Well, I think it's safe to say that what people are expecting is what was presented in the comic books conceptually, and conceptually is important here. So when the Fantastic Four were introduced in the 60s, their difference, their hook, is that they were a family. They were a familial unit. It was mom and dad and brother, sister. And the reason that the Fantastic Four works so well, outside of the utter reliability of a familial unit, is it's one thing to say that you are in peril, your teammate is in peril. It is quite a different thing to say your husband, your wife, your brother, your sister is in peril. The stakes are much higher. And that was the secret. That was the trick. So will Marvel and these idiots understand that? Possibly, but more importantly, they won't care. Because you see, this thing is either already written or is about to be written, so it is going to be using the idiocy of today's Hollywood. That is to say, they are going to make sure to interject all of their woke and politically correct and inclusionary bullshit into this to utterly ruin it on many levels. Instead of the usual destruction of story and character, they're really going to do some damage here. So the question becomes, what is it that is going to make this not what people expect, okay? I can't imagine that they're going to destroy the family unit. That is to say, that the initial thought I had was possibly they make Sue Storm male, and now it's a gay couple leading the Fantastic Four, or switch it around, they turn Reed Richards female, and it's a lesbian couple leading this. That's the initial thought. I honestly don't think they're going to do that. I really don't. That's a little bit too much, even for them. I mean, at that point, it's not a Fantastic Four movie. So then the question becomes, well, you know they got to change something, right? What are they going to change? I don't think it's going to be a race swap, or at least limited to a race swap. It's not enough anymore for them. They need more. And in keeping with what they really are big on, what they really like doing, I am now ready to make my prediction. So write it down, post it on to everything that's saved forever, Twitter, TikTok, everything else. Here's my prediction. 2 years out, no idea what the script is, what the characters are, or anything else. They are going to turn one of the characters gay, but my prediction is whom, and that is Ben Grimm. Yes, not Johnny Storm. That would have been kind of the no-brainer, but I think Grimm is a much better candidate for that, because you got to realize, what is Ben Grimm? Ben Grimm is everything that these wackos hate. He is a male. He's white. He's a jock. He's a stud. He's a manly man. For them to tear that down, for them to break that apart, they're going to turn him gay, and I dare say, not necessarily part of my prediction, I won't be surprised if they have him being very feminine. Now, they tend to stay away from the sort of flaming stereotype, which is why I don't think they're going to go that road, but I imagine they are going to do every single thing in their power, tear him down, just as they did to Fred and Velma. Really, really, really hate what they really, really, really want. But we're not going to. And the sad part is that, reading the comic books, Ben Grimm is actually quite a fascinating character. There's a lot of depth to him if they focus especially maybe the first decade or two, where he was struggling with the fact that he was now hideously, physically deformed. There's really a lot that could be mined there. They won't. That'll all be ignored. He'll just be gay. That's my prediction. I'm throwing it out there. What do you guys think, though? Let's talk about it. Obey your king. Subscribe to the channel and click the notification icon.